I invite you to settle wherever you are, letting the chair, the cushion, the earth itself hold the weight you no longer need to carry alone. Feel the simple rise of each breath lifting your chest, the gentle fall softening your belly. There is no race here, no test to pass, only an open doorway into kindness. So many moments may have taught you to brace, to tighten, to believe that life must be pushed through. Yet right now, in this quiet circle we share, a new lesson whispers. It is safe to relax. As the shoulders release ever so slightly, the heart gains room to speak. It says, life loves me, not because of perfect behavior, flawless planning, or endless hustle, but because existence itself is generous. Take that truth the way you would take a warm cup between cool palms, slowly, curiously, willing to be warmed. If a voice of doubt flutters up, let it be there without wrestling. Even doubt is simply an old child seeking comfort. Offer it a nod of compassion and guide focus back to the steady rhythm of air coming and going. Notice how much belongs to you without effort. The pulse in your wrist, the light filtering in, the fact that ideas about a richer life can appear in the mind like kindly guests. You did not force these gifts. They arrived because something grand wants you to flourish. Feel into that spacious care. With gentle inner sight, picture a doorway ahead. On one side, history may have felt tight, maybe even fearful. On the other side glows possibility, as if sunrise waits for only one thing, your willingness to walk forward. We are here together for that walk. In this very minute, you are doing it. You are showing up for yourself, giving your body permission to let go, giving the mind permission to open new windows. A softer breath in, a slower breath out. The nervous system learns from every calm exhale that prosperity can feel as natural as breathing. Let the knowing settle. I belong here. I am welcome in abundance. When tension attempts to reclaim the jaw or spine, place one hand over the heart's center, then offer the smallest smile. This is not a performance. It is a signal to the body that kindness is active. The inner child hears, all is well, you are loved, and muscles release another bit of armor. A single drop of warmth expands into many. Soon you might sense a glow across your chest, a quiet hum behind the mind's chatter. Stay with that hum. It is the music of safety. Allow it to carry you deeper into the seat, deeper into the breath, deeper into trust. You are not broken, not late, not behind. You are exactly on time for the miracle of self-acceptance. Wealth, in its purest sense, is simply the outer echo of that inner acceptance. As roots drink water and deliver life to leaves, a nourished heart delivers rich experience to the days ahead. Sit with this root of calm another moment. Let gratitude arise for the smallest peace you can feel, a slower pulse, a warmer palm, even the courage to listen to words that encourage you. This gratitude is a seed. It will sprout in ways you will soon notice. For now, breathe, soften, and allow a quiet vow to form. I open to the good that is ready for me. No forcing, just opening. The vow is made. The journey has begun. Pause a moment and notice any shift. Perhaps the air feels lighter or the room seems friendlier. That subtle change is proof that perception creates reality. When the mind loosens from old fear, the world responds by revealing ease. Think of the mind as fertile soil. Thoughts are seeds, feelings are water, actions are sunlight. Where the soil stays soft, seeds root with little effort. Where rocks of doubt crowd the ground, growth slows. Nothing about this is moral or permanent. It is simply cause and effect. Today we soften the soil so prosperity can bloom. Start by considering the word abundance. For many, it stirs pictures of gold coins, quick windfalls, perhaps unreachable luxury. Yet real abundance is closer than that. It is the steady flow of meeting needs with peace left over. It can look like a roof that keeps out the rain, food that satisfies, kind voices at day's end, inspiration that lights a new idea. When the heart sees abundance in these simple forms, it begins to expect larger forms with the same ease. Expectation is a magnetic current. The body senses it. Cells relax, blood vessels widen, breath deepens. In this relaxed biology, intuition flickers like a lantern, showing opportunities you might have rushed past yesterday. Scarcity tension narrows vision. Relaxed curiosity expands it. Picture two gardens. One rests on packed dirt, seeds scattered yet unable to break crust. The other enjoys tilled soil, moisture, open space. The same sun shines on both. Where will the sprouts appear? In the loosened ground. Your mind can become that ground each morning when you spend even 2 minutes noticing what is already working. A working heartbeat, a working kettle, a working idea about a new skill. Each acknowledgement lifts another small rock from the soil. Wealth comes through channels, a new client, a creative hobby that gains value, a friend who recommends your service, a bargain that stretches income farther. Often these channels walk right beside us, but tension turns eyes inward to worry. Release worry long enough and you spot the friend waving, the class starting, the market needing exactly what you offer. Abundance is not distant, it is a current, and relaxed faith puts your boat in that current. Acknowledge also the mind-body link. Anxious thoughts instruct adrenal glands to pump stress chemicals. Peaceful thoughts instruct them to ease. In ease, digestion, sleep, and mood improve, which boosts energy for inspired tasks. The world then meets a more vibrant you, and doors swing open where walls once stood. Shift now by stating inwardly, I allow life to meet me with grace. Feel how such words sit in the chest. Maybe they land like a feather, maybe they bounce off old armor. Either is fine. Speak them again later. Repetition is rainfall on soil. Sooner or later it seeps in. As the day continues, see if you can notice tiny proofs of support, a green traffic light, a compliment carried on someone's smile, the way a coin glints on the sidewalk. Each tiny proof is life saying, yes, more is possible. Every noticing is you saying yes in return. 2 yes answers set a swift bridge for wealth to travel across. That bridge begins inside, its destination appears outside. Treasure each subtle sign of abundance, and larger signs will gather like birds joining a flock. This is the difference in how we see. Scarcity counts what is missing. Abundance counts what is given and multiplies it. Years of messages about money may still echo. Some taught that wealth is scarce, that only special people receive it, that wanting more is greedy, that earning must feel hard. Let us meet these stories with gentle inquiry rather than blame. Take up a journal and let the hand write freely. When I think about money, I often hear, finish the sentence as many times as thoughts arise. No censoring, no judging. These sentences are like old garments stored in a box, memories of another season. After a page or two, pause the pen. Place fingers over the heart once more and whisper, it is safe for me to notice these thoughts. The body may respond with a sigh or a flutter. Accept whatever arrives. Now choose one statement that feels heavy. Perhaps it says, Money leaves faster than it comes. Bring that line to a mirror. Look softly into your own eyes, not to judge, but to witness. With steady breath, speak to that reflection. Dear one, you have kept me safe with this belief. Thank you. I now choose a kinder truth. Feel the shift as honesty meets possibility. Then offer the new truth. Money circulates back to me with ease. Speak slowly. Hear your own voice as if it belongs to a dear friend. Notice any warmth blooming near the heart or a tiny release in the brow. These are bodily nods, saying the new message has been received. It may need repeating tomorrow and the next day, just as muscles need practice to learn a dance. Repetition, however, is not punishment. It is nourishment. Each time you affirm, you water a seed. Even the most stubborn soil softens under steady rain. Between mirror sessions, catch small daily moments to anchor the fresh story. When paying a bill, say softly, "As I give, I also receive." When a coin clinks into a jar, murmur, "Every coin is a promise of more." When a friend speaks of a raise, celebrate inwardly. Their gain shows what is possible for me too. This joyful echo clears envy and plants solidarity. Envy tightens soil, solidarity loosens it. During evening rest, place one hand on the belly, one on the chest, and trace slow breaths. On each exhale, picture releasing one thread of the old narrative, threads labeled fear, guilt, or shame. Watch them drift away like wisps in the wind. On each inhale, invite a new thread, confidence, openness, gratitude. Weave these threads inside mental space until a new tapestry begins to form. In days ahead, if an old sentence returns loudly, treat it as a passerby knocking on the door. You may open, listen, and kindly say, "Thank you for visiting. I am choosing a different path now." Then close the door gently. Soon the visitor knocks less often. Where stories once crowded, quiet arrives, and in quiet you will hear next steps. Perhaps a course to take, a partnership to explore, a hobby to monetize. Follow the nudge with small, consistent action, trusting that every mirror word and every gentle breath has been opening channels. Your new narrative gains proof in real time, an unexpected refund, a creative idea turning into income, a sense of calm even when numbers fluctuate. Celebrate each proof widely, telling the body, "We did this." The body, delighted by praise, releases more energy for fresh creation. Thus, the cycle strengthens. Clear the old, affirm the new, act on inspiration, collect proof, celebrate. Soon the journal pages will speak a different story. Money feels friendly. Opportunities arrive in perfect timing. I am learning to prosper and to rest within that prosperity. Each sentence will ring true because you will have lived it into being. The power has always been yours. You are reclaiming it word by word, breath by breath, choice by choice. Now that you've felt into your body's readiness for something new and begun to shift the way abundance is seen from the inside out, it's time to gently install new truths. And we do this not with pressure, not with force, but with softness. The mind accepts new ideas more easily when it is treated like a tender garden, not like a battlefield. What we speak to ourselves, day in and day out, becomes the script of our lives. If we've lived through moments where money felt tight, where it seemed to slip through our fingers, then that memory may have rooted a belief like, "Money doesn't stay," or "I can't have enough." These aren't truths. They are just repeated thoughts, and any thought that was repeated can be rewritten. Let's talk about how we plant these new truths. We do it with affirmations, spoken gently, repeatedly, kindly, but only the ones that feel reachable right now. We never force ourselves to say what we don't believe. Instead, we begin with what feels like a soft stretch, something like, I am open to receiving more good. That's all. Not, I am a millionaire overnight, unless that feels honest. We speak to ourselves with respect, with care. Choose one statement today that brings a little light into the body when you say it. Perhaps, it is safe for me to allow more wealth, or I release the fear around money. Say it quietly now, letting the words move slowly through you like warm tea. Feel how they land. Feel if they stick or slide off. Either way is okay. Try the same phrase again tomorrow. Your heart might hear it differently by then. Some affirmations find their home best in the mirror. When you meet your own eyes, something ancient awakens. It says, ah, this is real. This is true. I am listening. That is the power of mirror work. So tomorrow morning, after brushing teeth or washing your face, pause just for a moment. Look into your own eyes and say softly, you are worthy of wealth. I love you. It's safe to have more now. That may sound simple, but it is profound. We don't often tell ourselves these words, and yet they hold the key to a new experience. Affirmations are not magic spells, but they are invitations, beautiful daily invitations that train the mind to expect something better, and the mind, once trained, begins to look for that better outcome. Then life responds, because life always responds to what we prepare for with love. Another way to gently reprogram the inner landscape is by weaving affirmations into daily tasks. When stirring your tea or coffee, whisper, wealth flows to me with every breath. When folding laundry, smile and say, as I care for my space, the universe cares for me. When opening your wallet or checking your bank app, even if the number surprises you, speak this. Every number is shifting in my favor. You see, it is not the size of the action, but the energy behind it that reprograms the inner self. And when this new energy becomes consistent, life begins to shift. It may start slowly, like tiny roots beneath the soil, unseen but growing. Then one day you'll notice a new idea, a surprise gift, a refund, a raised income, a peaceful response where there used to be panic. This is evidence that your inner programming is changing. Let this part of the journey be gentle. If old thoughts arise, thoughts of worry, panic, or pressure, do not fight them. Simply answer them like this. Thank you for trying to protect me. I'm safe now. I am learning something new. That's all. The new affirmations will take root because love always finds its way into open ground. Speak to yourself every day as if you are your own trusted friend, because you are. Now that your mind has new phrases to grow with, let's step into the heart's imagination. Not the imagination that fears the worst, but the one that senses the best. Yes, the same inner world that creates stress can also create joy. It just needs guidance, and we give it that with feeling. Wealth is not only a number, it is a feeling. The feeling of being held, of having room to breathe, of knowing that there is always enough. Let's invite that feeling now. Close the eyes, if that feels safe. Let the breath move in and out at its own gentle rhythm. Bring into your mind a scene, not one that must be exact, but one that feels rich. Maybe it's a home that wraps around you like comfort. Maybe it's a garden that blooms with beauty. Maybe it's laughter in a kitchen where food overflows. What matters is how you feel. Let your senses wake up in this inner vision. What do you hear? Maybe birds, soft music, the hum of quiet peace. What do you smell? Maybe baking bread or blooming jasmine. What texture do your fingers find? A warm blanket, a polished floor, a soft breeze. Let your body respond. This is not pretending, this is preparing. The body does not know the difference between a scene imagined with feeling and one physically lived. When you truly feel into it, the nervous system responds, the muscles release, the mind opens, and what follows is a natural readiness to act, to choose, to receive. As you return from that scene, you may notice a smile or a sense of openness. This is the gateway. When you feel good, you say yes to life, and life returns that yes. Let this be part of your daily reprogramming, not a task, but a joy. Even 5 minutes in the morning just to sense your abundant life and let the body experience it makes a difference. You are teaching your heart and your cells that wealth is a friend, not a stranger. At first, it may feel like play. That's perfect. Play opens the door where seriousness can slam it shut. Wealth wants to be with you in your playfulness, your joy, your calm. It wants to flow where there's space. And that space is created when we feel safe enough to relax, to dream, to imagine the good that wants to come. If you like, add a scent or a sound that reminds you of abundance, a certain oil, a specific tone, a favorite song. Let your body associate that with wealth. Soon, when you light that candle or hear that music, the body will relax and open. You will begin to train the nervous system to trust that abundance is near, always near. No pushing, no rushing, just the steady rise of belief built on feeling, built on truth. Truth that says, I deserve a life that nourishes me. Say that now softly. I deserve a life that nourishes me. Let it echo inside. Feel how the heart expands, even just a little. This is the journey, step by step, breath by breath, moment by moment. From this place of feeling, we move into gratitude, not forced, not fake, but honest noticing. The doorway to wealth opens faster when we appreciate what already surrounds us. Not because we should be grateful, but because gratitude aligns us with receiving. When you're in gratitude, your body speaks a different language. It says, all is well, and the universe echoes back, yes, it is. Start small. In the morning, before even stepping out of bed, think of one thing that's working. Maybe the breath, maybe the roof, maybe the pillow that held your dreams. Then, as you move through the day, keep a little notebook or phone note, a thank you ledger. Write down 3 things a day that made life softer. It could be a warm cup of tea, a kind glance from someone in passing, a solution to something you were unsure about. As you do this, you're shifting your gaze from what's lacking to what's present. And presence is the place where wealth lives. Gratitude brings the nervous system into calm. When you are calm, digestion improves, decisions feel easier, and creativity flows. Even sleep deepens. These are not small things. They are signs that the inner self is being reprogrammed to trust life. If a day feels hard, return to the breath. Say quietly, there is still something here for me to love. Then look for it, even if it's just the sound of the wind or the softness of your socks. Every time you find it, you lift your vibration, and a lifted vibration attracts more of what matches that energy. You are not faking anything. You are choosing your focus. You are building new muscles. Gratitude is not about ignoring real challenges. It's about adding real blessings to the mix so the heart stays soft enough to move through the hard parts. As this practice becomes daily, you'll notice a lightness, an ease. Maybe money begins to flow more steadily. Maybe your needs get met in surprising ways. Maybe you simply feel safer, happier, more open. That's the true wealth. And when that inner wealth takes root, outer wealth has no choice but to meet it. Now take a moment, place your hands over your heart, say softly, "Thank you for all I already have. I trust even more is coming." Let the warmth of those words settle. Let your nervous system hear the safety in them. Let your day continue from that place. And know that something powerful has begun, not because of a giant step, but because of a gentle one. That's how abundance grows, from the inside outward, from peace, not pressure, from trust, not tension, and always, always with love. Now that you've begun to build this new, gentle relationship with abundance through thought, feeling, and gratitude, you may find yourself standing at a quiet crossroads. One path pulls toward old urgency, the need to force and chase and prove. The other path invites softness, a willingness to follow quiet inspiration instead of panic. This is where your next step truly begins, not with more effort, but with more listening. Listening to what feels right, what feels light, what feels honest. Wealth responds best to peace. When you act from a place of calm alignment, even the smallest task becomes powerful. A phone call made with confidence, an idea written down before doubt speaks, a project finished not for praise, but from joy. These are the steps that draw prosperity closer. You don't need to control every detail. You only need to notice when a whisper of inspiration comes and trust it enough to follow gently. Inspiration does not shout, it does not demand. It arrives like the scent of something baking in another room. It invites, it draws you in. When you feel nudged toward something, a book to read, a person to reach out to, a corner of your home to tidy, pause and ask, "Does this feel like love leading me?" If yes, take the step. If not, wait with patience. You are not falling behind. You are aligning, and alignment always opens more doors than effort alone. Some days, the step will be small. Rest instead of pushing, saying no to an old pattern, cleaning your desk so ideas can land. Other days, it might be bold, starting a new service, launching your voice into the world, finally asking for what you are worth. Trust both kinds. Wealth arrives not because of size, but because of sincerity. Let your compass be this quiet question. Does this feel good to my heart? That good feeling is not selfish. It is guidance. It is life saying, "This way, beloved, this way." And each time you follow it, you step further into the flow where miracles already wait. And what about the space around you, the room you live in, the items you touch each day? They all speak. Let them speak abundance. Look around and ask, does this space reflect who I am becoming? Not in terms of how expensive or luxurious, but how peaceful, how intentional, how loving. Begin simply, a note on the mirror that says, "You are worthy," a small crystal or flower on your desk that makes you smile, clearing a shelf that holds things that no longer support your growth. These tiny acts speak volumes to the subconscious mind. They say, "I make room for more." Even changing what you allow into your ears and eyes shapes your world. Listen to music that lifts you, words that affirm you. Let your phone background remind you of what's possible. Say yes to voices that believe in joy, and gently step back from voices soaked in lack. It doesn't need to be dramatic. Even a few loving messages around you each day will reprogram what the mind expects. And what the mind expects, life tends to deliver. You are not required to shift your whole world in one day. That is not how flowers bloom. That is not how rivers shape the land. Let it be gentle, natural, sweet. One drawer cleared, one loving phrase taped to the fridge, one quiet refusal to speak poorly about money today. These are acts of abundance. These are declarations to the universe that you are ready. There is great power in small, sacred changes. Each one tells your spirit, I believe in where I'm going. And when belief becomes part of your daily space, life rushes in to meet it. Let's bring all this into one simple rhythm, something you can return to, morning or evening, or both. This is not a rule, but a gift, a way to nourish your new mindset gently, regularly, lovingly. Begin with breath, 3 soft, slow breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let your shoulders drop, your jaw soften. Then close the eyes and picture your life filled with ease. Not a specific number or outcome, just the feeling of ease. Feel it in the body, warmth, openness, lightness. Then speak an affirmation aloud or inwardly, something true for your today. Maybe, I am open to receiving more, or life supports me in unexpected ways. Let it be simple, let it feel kind. After that, take a moment to write 3 things you feel grateful for today. They don't have to be grand. A good meal, a kind moment, a breath of fresh air. Gratitude trains the eyes to see opportunity. It makes the heart magnetic. And finally, ask your inner wisdom one question. What small thing can I do today that supports the life I want? Then pause. Listen. The answer may come immediately or it may arrive later. Either way, you have opened the door. If mornings are full, try this practice in the evening before sleep, or during a walk, or in the car before going inside. There is no wrong time to connect with your truth. The important thing is simply to return, again and again. And if you ever feel tired or discouraged, let that be okay. That's part of the journey too. Sit with it. Offer yourself extra love. Sometimes rest is the most powerful action. It says, I trust that life works even when I pause. And it does. As we come to the close of this shared moment, let's remember what has truly happened here. You have shown up for yourself. You have softened where there was tension. You have breathed love into places that once held fear. That is no small act. That is transformation. Abundance is not a goal out in the distance. It is a practice. It is a presence. It is a quiet knowing that says, I am allowed to have more. I am allowed to thrive. I am allowed to be well. And now you know how to return to that knowing whenever you need it. No matter what the world shows, your inner truth is always available. Your worth is never in question. Your path is guided by something much deeper than numbers or noise. It is guided by love. So walk forward gently with trust. Let today be one step. Let tomorrow be another. There is no rush. There is only readiness. And you, dear soul, are ready. Now place one hand over your heart once more. Breathe in softly and say with me, I am ready to receive. I am open to abundance. I am safe to prosper. Let those words live inside you. Let them bloom, and know deeply, truly, that life is already responding. You are loved. You are supported. You are worthy. And the best is yet to come.